Watch the 5 o'clock show with Teresa Kashuba and Michelle Ferreri.
Already I've been kicked out of kitchen duty, anything with knives. Hi everyone, welcome to the 5 o'clock show. I'm Michelle Ferreri. That's Michelle Nelson stepping in today, still training for the 5 o'clock show and doing a great job. Every time you work with us, Michelle, we're cooking.
Yeah.
I love it. Sylvia Davis is standing right there. We met Sylvia a couple months ago actually when she launched her book, Feeding Carl. Carl is actually her son Adam's stomach. What happened was Adam was diagnosed with Crohn's disease, and Sylvia, like so many people facing food allergies and food intolerances, had to come up with her own recipes to accommodate those allergies and intolerances. So today what we're going to do is we're going to talk about recipes and things that you can bring to potlucks. 'Tis the season, right? But sometimes bringing a simple dish that was so simple so long ago is no longer the case. So Sylvia is going to help us with that today. Sylvia, what are we going to make?
We are going to make a turkey chili.
Which is what you guys are working on right now.
Which is what we're working on right now. And it's what you call a blonde chili or a light chili. It doesn't have tomatoes in it. So it's a bit different, and it's very festive because it's got corn and red pepper. So it's really bright and lovely, and some cilantro.
Nice.
And we're also going to make a salad which has a spinach base, and it will be a mango strawberry salad.
That sounds like
and with a
something I'll
ginger
really
honey
like.
dressing. Again, because ginger I always think of as part of the holiday season. And the third thing we're going to work on is a chocolate fondue with fresh fruit.
You had me at chocolate. All right, so these recipes that we're working on today are gluten, dairy, soy, egg, peanut, nut, fish, seafood, sesame, and refined sugar free. And yes, they still taste great.
Different places, cooking for different people we don't normally cook for, and you don't know anymore. And food allergies are on the rise. There's just a study has come out in the States that says 1 in 12 children have food allergies, and it's less for adults, but it's still very high. And they feel, and it's doubled in the last 5 years, and they think that trend is going to continue. We are putting the finishing touches on the chili. So about half an hour before you serve it, or just before you're taking it to your potluck, you need to add the red pepper. And the reason you add it now, you could add it earlier, but it's nice to add it now because it doesn't lose all its color, and it's nice, it's a bit fresher. And
so we have what in here already?
We've already got the turkey, onion, garlic, broth, and white beans.
Oh.
Okay, and then we're also going to put in a cup of corn. Now, a lot of people are sensitive to corn, so you can actually substitute. You can use pepper. You could also use another pepper for the color, or you could use yellow zucchini diced up as well. It doesn't give you quite the same flavor, but it's close. They're all mild vegetables anyway, so it actually is quite helpful. And we're also going to put in 2 tablespoons of freshly squeezed lime juice. Gives it that nice
What do you have
tangy
for
flavor.
spice in there?
Chili, oregano, bay leaf, and some salt.
So it's like a regular chili in terms of its spice?
Yes, it is.
All right.
It is, except the only thing that is different is that it doesn't have the tomatoes. And I also put in a tablespoon of honey because it just adds and cuts the sharpness of the lime. Well, let's stir in some cilantro because, again, just that lovely color.
That looks so festive, right? With the red and the green?
It does. And next we are going on to our salad. And what we are going to do is a salad with a spinach base.
All right, so we're going to get Michelle to cut because I'm still not allowed to cut.
Yeah,
We'll get you to cut the strawberries for it, Michelle. And
Don't
Michelle,
cut yourself.
are you okay with the spinach?
I'll be okay with the spinach.
Okay, so if you could just put a nice layer of spinach in the bottom, this will be a layered, and I will cut the red onion. You use about 1/4 of an onion, and sliced really thin because you don't want it to dominate the sweet flavor. We have juice sweetened cranberries because, of course, I avoid refined sugars.
Oh.
And this recipe actually for the salad, you won't find it in Feeding Carl, but it is in my weekly recipes, which I offer people a subscription from my website, which is feedingcarl.com, and they can get a free weekly recipe that is free of all of the ingredients.
How long should this take me to make, Sylvia?
This should take you, I don't know, I would say realistically 15 minutes at the most.
These are going right in here?
Those can go in.
Isn't that pretty? It's like festive again. Oh, I think I'm going to cry from the onions.
All the festive.
Oh, I'm so sensitive.
You are. That's why we have you here, Michelle.
Okay. And mango.
And then we're going to put some mango on. So again, just a really lovely, bright, festive-looking salad. And we'll make the dressing, which again, very quick, easy,
so
simple ingredients.
good for you.
Good for you and lovely.
All right, so we're going to make the dressing when we get back. It's also coming up right after the break. Michelle, you didn't even cut yourself.
I know.
You're making me look bad. You're off the show. So unfortunate when we do these cooking shows that you guys can't smell. Our control room director, Dave Dundas, always says, "Oh, I wish I could smell that," when he's putting our shows together. Sylvia Davis is cooking for us and helping inspire us to make allergy-free potluck recipes if you're going out, and even if you have somebody at home that has food allergies or intolerances. These are great recipes. We've already started our turkey chili, and now we've done a spinach salad with mango and strawberries, and you're grating the ginger for the dressing.
Yes, we're making a honey ginger dressing. Very simple and straightforward again, like all my recipes. Just has some, I use white balsamic in this case because of the honey and ginger to keep it that light color, and some sunflower oil. And
Why sunflower? Why not canola or olive?
There's just people are having more allergy issues with it, and there's a lot of it is considered to be genetically modified, and there's a lot of herbicide and pesticide use that people are. It's an increased concern.
Okay.
And so that's the reason that I tend to use sunflower oil.
I love, even though you're cooking with, let's tell people again, peanut free. Can you name all of that? It's free. Gluten.
Gluten, dairy, soy, eggs, peanut, nut, seafood, fish, sesame, and also refined sugars.
And you think, okay, what's left, and how do you cook like that? But your recipes and your motto is that it's simple and easy.
It's easy, and it should be easy. It should, it shouldn't be such a challenge for people to make the transition. And what I find, which is really interesting, is the number of people who are using my cookbook who are just, they call it eating clean. They're using it because the recipes are simple. They're very straightforward ingredients. There's not preservatives, food additives. There's not a lot of extra things in them, but they still taste really good.
4 tablespoons
of
the vinegar.
6.
6.
Yes.
I love making your own dressing is so good because A, it's cheaper, and then you're putting it in a nice mason jar. So if you have extra, you can store it in the fridge and have it for later.
That's exactly it.
Love it.
And I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of grated ginger. And then we're going to add some honey and a bit of salt. And we'll just mix that up. I'm going to add a little bit of salt to that. And we are set to go.
All right.
Okay, so do you want to just actually, you can shake that up while I get the salt.
Okay.
All right. And
Shake, shake, shake.
Shake, 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 Sonora. Shake, shake.
and
How much salt are you putting in?
about a teaspoon.
Okay.
Yeah, 3/4.
And so you're going to
bring
take
out
these
my
separate
neighbors.
when you go to somebody's house or a potluck. You're going to carry them separate and leave it on the side for people to do it themselves.
That's right, because the salad will stay fresher if it doesn't have the dressing on it, and quite honestly, it looks nicer. And also then people can add as much or as little dressing as they want. And people do have issues with vinegar and different health issues with the dressing sometimes too, so
Okay.
it allows them to still have it without necessarily having the dressing.
All right, we are going to
Okay.
continue to cook with Sylvia here on the 5 o'clock show. Allergy-free cooking, food intolerances, great inspirations for taking recipes out and about during this festive holiday. Okay, well, before we go to the break, Sylvia Davis is here. She's joining us, allergy-free cooking, chocolate fondue.
Chocolate fondue.
Do it.
Again, another very quick, simple recipe. Like all of my recipes, we start with 1/2 cup of rice milk and 2/3 a cup of maple syrup and 2/3 a cup of cocoa. And we're just going to whisk that around and get that to come to a boil. And then we will add a bit of vanilla and gelatin. And the reason we add the gelatin is to help it thicken a bit. You don't have to add the gelatin, but it's really quite a thin sauce because it's the maple syrup. There's nothing to thicken it. And the gelatin really, and that's nicer, less drips, and just makes it nicer. You coat the fruit better when you go to dip the fruit into the sauce.
Well, while that delicious chocolate fondue warms up and thickens, we're going to take a commercial break and come back and do the best part of the whole show, try it. Are you excited, Michelle Nelson?
I'm so excited, my mouth's watering.
Oh, all right. So this is a blonde turkey chili.
Yes.
And it is free of
gluten, dairy, soy, eggs, nuts, peanuts, fish, seafood, sesame, and refined sugars.
Wow.
So there's a lot. I mean, those top 8 things that I mentioned make up 90% of food allergies. So you've got a good chance if you cook the food from my book or the recipes from my website that you will most people will be able to eat them. There's always unusual allergies. In fact, there's 160 foods have been identified as causing people issues, but for the most part, it is those top 8 that are the biggest issue. The others are more obscure.
Above and beyond the allergy aspect of this, Sylvia, this is just simply healthier eating. Let's be honest.
It is, and I'm surprised how many people are buying my cookbook and just using it once or twice a week because it's a good, healthy, easy to make recipe. And also, I just want to let you know, on my website, which is feedingcarl.com, I also talk about the food allergens and where you find these things, because a lot of them are hidden. You know, you just say gluten, we think, oh, wheat, we think breads. But no, there's a lot of them in a lot of smaller ingredients, in things like Worcester sauce, which you'd never expect.
Oh,
yeah.
I wouldn't have known that. This is for Kevin because he's been drooling the whole show. We also made a spinach salad with strawberries and mango, and we made a delicious ginger dressing, which we're going to do that. Michelle's doing a great job.
Yeah,
what do you think of the
give
show
that
today,
a
Michelle?
really good shake, Michelle,
I
because
think
you
it's
want to get the
amazing.
ginger
Everything's so
through.
healthy, and I think that's really important. Just cut out a lot of the bad
I
things
can't
that you
open
find
it,
in
Mom.
processed foods.
And wait till you taste it. I mean, you know, because it's one thing to be healthy, but it's another thing to be tasty and healthy. And I just
point.
really wasn't willing to give up flavor to cook this diet. And I don't think you have to. So here you go.
Hey, Michelle, you try this.
Oh, okay.
And the chocolate fondue we did as well, right?
Yes,
So what's the
that
best
was
way
our
to grab
thing.
this?
Just however,
Like that? And
Yeah.
then dip it in.
dip it in. And this is a semi-sweet chocolate sauce.
Wow.
So if you want it a bit sweeter, add a little more maple
amazing.
syrup.
Can I just drink that and forget the
You
fruit?
can.
The
Yeah,
dressing
it's a
is
big
so
it's a
good.
big mug. It's for you, Michelle.
Sylvia, thank you so much.
Oh, thank you for coming.
It's delicious. How's the salad?
It's amazing. So good. This
And-
dressing is unbelievable.
Come on, Kev, you got to eat this and tell everybody how it is. Can you do that and work the camera? All right, well, we'll keep eating here. Thank you so much.
All right.